until my well runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby.
Happy New Year. What's poppin'? Ashley's friends' eyebrows. Them scruffy eyebrows. It's your girl Keisha, and I am here with the first official all tea, all shade Real Housewives of Potomac season 7 episode 12 review. Yes, ma'am. It is the new year. It is 2023. Yes, ma'am. God is so good that we all are here to witness another day, another season, another year, and another Housewives review. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only, not to be taken seriously, meaning my jokes. So if that works for you, then let's get into this review. I want to remind you guys that this week I am moving. So any reviews that are not up on time will be up at a later date at some point during the week. Don't worry, I got you. Also, this week, I'm dropping my top 20 television shows of 2022, my top 20 reality shows of 2022, my favorite YouTube channels of 2022, the biggest pop culture shocking moments of 2022. You do not want to miss these videos. You'll be shocked at what made my list and who made number one. So make sure you guys tune into those videos. Now let's get into tonight's review. The episode kicks off with Karen and Ray and her producer assistant. I forgot Michael, I think his name, Bob, Brett, Joe. I don't know, child. The white man that she always got with her, the little fat, sweaty little white man. They go to the Improv to look at the venue because Karen's having her live show there. She's super excited. She has her to-do list, everything. She's going to do everything that Robin and Giselle should have done at theirs, but didn't do. She's going to have Jasmine Masters, the drag queen, there. It's Pride Month. So they're going to discuss love and relationship, who's on Grindr, who's not on Grindr. And here go Ray Thompson. Oh, I know about the Grindr. Yeah, is that underground? Is it uptown? Is it down low? Is it to the flow? And wasn't Michael supposed to be on it? They like, great, child. Don't even worry about it, child. Don't even worry about it. Then we go over to Mia's house and Jacqueline stops by so they can have a little chitty chat. So Mia says in her confessional that Jacqueline is a sister wife, but with no benefits. That, they have not slept with her. But I don't believe that. I just don't. It's weird. So they sit down in the living room and Jacqueline sits in between G and Mia. And it is the most awkward moment ever because they're having a conversation about whether or not she should sit in between them. Is it awkward? Is it weird? She's never sat between us before. It's just like, huh? Why are we even having this conversation about where she's sitting? Like, y'all are making it awkward, which makes it even further seem like something has gone on between y'all because y'all acting weird. Like, that shouldn't have even been a conversation. And it was cringy. So Jacqueline was like, they think it's a sexual thing between us and it's not. And G was like, oh, between us? Oh. And he just sitting there old and rickety and trying to keep up like Ray. And once again, this whole conversation seems forced, seems planned, seems rehearsed, that we done came up with this story that we gonna, present to everybody to get them off of our backs about us having, this throuple or whatever they might have. So the car situation comes up and Jacqueline says that the car is in her name. She qualified for it, but did G help her put down money for it? Yes. And she was like, because you love me. And he was like, no, because she loves you. Talking about Mia. And she was like, oh, you don't love me? And he was like, no, Mia was like, he loves you because of me. And she was like, oh, okay. Like, girl, it's so obvious. Like, Ray Charles can see that y'all got something going on. Like, y'all need a show on TLC, not Bravo. Ashley and her quote unquote PYTs, her pretty young things, her bad bitch friend group, all go out for drinks. So it's Ashley, her strong face friend Deborah, but she looked like a Deborah. And her two other friends, I'm gonna call them Yo-Yo and Shanae, because I don't even care to know their names, child. They call themselves the pretty little things, child. To me, they look like some pretty ratchet things. Shout out to my old t-shirt line. But these are her homegirls that she kick it with, that are her support group or whatever. Giselle joins them. They're having shots. They're having a good time. Giselle got her hat that she calls a wig sitting on her head, literally just sitting there. That wig on Giselle's head looked like a placemat. That wig on top of Giselle's head reminds me of a bathroom rug. Like, girl, can you please pluck the part at least? Please, please. So Giselle was like, okay, we done took shots now. Hey, I need to know what happened at the spring fling or whatever. So Deborah's like, okay, here I go. It's my turn. It's my turn. I am in the spotlight. So she goes on to recant this story about how at Karen's spring event, she was at the bar, and next thing she knew, Chris Bassett walked up to the bar and like leaned onto the bar and was like giving her the googly eyes, and she was trying to stare straight, but she could feel his eyes on her. And he was like, hey, hi, my name's Chris. And she was like, hey, my name is Deborah. And they're both have very deep voices. And she was like, yeah, my husband's name is Chris. And so he was like, yeah, it's a lot of Chris's here. What are you drinking? Oh, I'm drinking an apple spritz. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. Baby, the cameras show what actually happened. She's at the bar. Chris is at the bar. Yes, he was leaning against the bar, looking down at his phone, not paying her or her Muppet baby face ass any attention at all. That man wasn't studying her. She should have been the invisible man. Like, he was not looking at her. So yes, he was being very, very flirty, very flirty. And so Ashley in her confessional was like, her other friends was at the bar too and witnessed it. So she believes them because her friends aren't liars. Well, girl, they something. They some fabricators. Because none of that happened. None of it. Then she goes on to say, here comes Happy Eddie, Wendy's husband, and he's all, what are you guys talking about? And he was being very flirty too. And if I wouldn't have known he was married, I would have thought that he was hitting on me too. And it's like, what? They showed a flashback footage of that. And it was literally just Eddie and Chris talking to each other. Once again, neither of them are paying that man any attention. Not now bit of attention. I don't know what he was smoking that night, but girl, nobody is checking for you. Okay? Nobody. You have a very irregular looking face, ma'am, sir, ma'am. Like, please sit down, please. So then she was like, do you all think that I should talk to Candace and Wendy about this? And they was like, girl, I don't know if you want to do that with Candace. I don't know. But Ashley was like, if it was me, I would want to know about my husband or whatever. And I'm like, y'all are setting this lady up for failure, and I am here for it. Then go to Wendy at her crib with the kids and Eddie, and she do not want to be there. She want to go back to work. She don't like being just still and stagnant. So she sits down with Eddie and tells him about her recent lunch with Ashley, where Ashley came to her with some tea about Deborah, saying that Eddie was being very flirty with her, and how she asked Ashley, like, well, how was he being flirty? She was like, because he was being really smiley. So Eddie was like, nah, I can't smile at people. What is going on? So they laugh and they have a good kiki about it, because even they are like, this is ridiculous and this is silly. So then we switch to Mia and Giselle and Robin. Yeah, I'm gonna call her Robin today. Her name ain't even Roberto, because she actually looked like she cared about how she looked for a change. She actually came to their little lunch with a little cute little outfit on. It was kind of giving me 90s Janet Jackson tees, until they did a wide shot and I realized she had on booty shorts with some little Converse, and that just messed up the whole little look. But whatever. She actually looked nice for a change. So they all sit down. They're having their avocado toast and tea, and they sitting down talking. And Giselle tells Mia that they had recently had dinner with Karen, and how Karen told them, meaning Giselle, Robin, and Ashley, that Mia explored Jacqueline's vajayjay. So they do a flashback of the scene. And when Karen told them, Giselle was like, oh, so she licked the coochie? And Karen was like, no, she didn't say she did that. And Ashley was like, girl, her face was right there. I know. She did it, girl, like, stop. So Mia was like, first of all, it was a situation where she was like, can you take a look for me down there? So Robin was like, why? Was she itching? Because you know Robin done had jock itch, child, athlete's foot, all that. So she was like, no, she just wanted me to take a look. We were just being exploratory, or whatever excuse and lie she done came up with, child. Because who is asking a friend to look in between their legs if she don't want them to put their mouth on it? Like, who? Only time I think I would ever ask one of my friends to look at my vagina is if I'm about to give birth or something. If I got something stuck up in there and I can't get it myself. Like, other than that, why? Get a mirror like everybody else does and look down there. That makes no sense. Girl, y'all fooled around. Just admit it. So, Giselle was like, then why you ain't tell us in Miami about you and G with Peter girlfriend? So Mia's face drops like, dang, like what else Karen had told y'all? So they do a flashback of that scene. And, Giselle and them was like, oh my God, when Karen told them. So Mia was like, well, first of all, she didn't sleep with Gordon. She just played around with him on our wedding night. And they was like, on y'all wedding night? She was like, well, actually the night before at his bachelor party. And they was like, why was she at Gordon's bachelor party? She was like, oh, because she was a part of our wedding. They was like, what? She was like, yeah, she sang me down the aisle. Child. So everybody can get a piece of Gordon. Everybody can get a piece of Gordon and Mia, baby. The maid, the nanny, auntie, uncle, best friend, the caterer, the maid, the dog walker, the landscaper. Anybody can get it, honey. Anybody can get it. You want to have a night of fun? Call up Mia and G, child. They are ready and hot and ready and open. So they are just blown away by this news. And so Mia was like, all I know is I ain't telling Karen shit else. So she's mad that Karen went back and told them all of this information. And I'm like, how on God's green earth are you mad when you said this mic'd up with cameramen in your face? It's public knowledge, darling, at this point. Girl, sit down. I can see if this is a conversation that was said off camera, but it wasn't. So have several. But we're going to play the reality television game where she feels like she has a right to be upset about this. But okay, this is so stupid. So Mia was like, I know one thing. She wouldn't be nice if I tell you guys why she really don't like Sharice. So that got the green-eyed bandits ears to burning. Oh, really? So there is a reason. What is it? She was like, no, I ain't gonna tell you. I just know she wouldn't like that. And so they was like, so it is a reason. So girl, they are eating this up. It's the day of Karen's live show at the Improv. And Karen let the girls know that she got her own beehive, honey. She got her Ladams. And the Ladams is going to be in the house. So everybody at the table was like, oh, you got some little doms. Robin was like, ooh, some little doms. And Karen was like, well, do you have any the Robins? No, I didn't think so. Okay. I'm like, girl, no, hers is called the Haciendas. The Robertos, honey. The Arribas. So everybody starts arriving to the event, and Deborah arrives with Ashley, and Giselle in her confession was like, Lord, she done brought the girl. Like, oh my God, this is about to be a kiki. So the girls get to talk. No, Mia brings up the fact that, she has on a strapless dress and, her boobs might pop out. And that leads into the conversation about how Sharice sent them all a video from when they was out in the club, and Mia and Karen was dancing together, and both of their boobs had like popped out of their dress. And so in Karen's confessional, she was like, Sharice wanted to get my attention because I ain't been giving a none, and sent us that, group text with the video telling some not the Grande Dame. And it's just like, Sharice, stop trying to make fetch happen. She don't see it for you, and she's not giving you any energy. Like, leave that lady alone. But you love to go in interviews, a la the one she just did with Carlos King, talking about some Karen keep your name in her mouth, when she doesn't even bring you and your linebacker shoulders up ever. So stop with the lies. Candace, her mama, and her mama's purse that I wonder was that the purse she got hit upside the head with, arrived to the event. They take their seats, and Giselle lets the girls know that Sharice was feeling some type of way that she wasn't invited. And I'm like, why would you feel some type of way? She don't like you. What about that? Don't you understand? Like, stop. So Ashley then brings up to Mia about what Karen told them when they was out at lunch, and about how, she took a look at Jacqueline's vajayjay, and Jacqueline was like, oh, when I had a yeast infection. Like, come on, guys. Still, girl, why would you have her look down there? Girl, you wanted her to play with your kitty cat, and that's fine. That is all right, okay? If you wanted her to pretend like your vag was a ball of yarn, it is all right. So Mia was like, there are things that Karen has said to me about y'all that I ain't ran back and tell y'all. And I was like, okay, if you ain't gonna tell what it is, stop bringing it up. Stop threatening to bring whatever Karen has told you to the group if you ain't gonna do it. First of all, whatever Karen told you was off camera. You told her on camera, man, in front of everybody, knowing it was going to be on national television. So shut up. You sound ridiculous. So Robin arrives in her denim dress, looking like Britney Spears at the 2004 MTV Music Awards. She sits down across from Candace, and she was like, Candace. So Candace looked, she was like, do you know that's Ashley's friend that's been spreading the rumors? And Candace turns and looks and at that lady like, oh, so this the hoe. Candace is like, this her? Like, I know you lying. So Robin looks at her like, yeah, I'm with you on that. Basically saying that the girl is ugly. So Candace in her confession was like, I do not acknowledge Sesame Street characters. They are make-believe. Okay, next. So Karen's show begins. The girls are all confused as to what the show actually is. Is it a variety show? Is it a one-woman show? They don't know what they're looking at. So the Q&A portion comes up, and the audience is able to ask them questions, Karen and her guest. So Mia gets up and was like, what do you do when you tell your friend something and she run back and tell her friends? And everybody in the audience was like, ooh. Now, y'all remember when this actually happened, I did a behind the scenes TV video on this whole ordeal. Karen is taken aback and kind of caught off guard, but she catches herself, because the queen is always ready and prepared. So she was like, whatever I said about you is the truth, so get over it, Mia. It tries to, get her to hush and sit down, because this is not the time nor the place. So Mia was like, whatever I tell you, don't run back and tell these two. So Karen was like, I'll work on it. Okay, Mia? All right. Okay. Sit your ass down. So Karen in her confession was like, sit your ass down and go ahead and complete your Build a Puss project. Baby, that's what she should have said on that stage. That would have got her, honey. That would have gotten her. So after that, Ashley introduces Candace to Deborah. She was like, oh, Candace, I didn't introduce you to my friend Deborah. Deborah, this is Candace. And I'm like, Ashley, you so messy. You so messy. Messy Ashley is back in full effect. So Candace look at her like she don't know who she is, but you know, she playing that role. And Candace like, oh, so this the friend that said Chris was grabbing on her? And Deborah was like, he wasn't grabbing on me, but he was flirting heavy, girl. So Mia was like, so this is the one? And Candace was like, yeah, this is the one. Yeah, it was a plan. And Deborah was like, I may be the one, but not the only one. I wasn't the only one he was giving googly eyes to. So Mia in her confession was like, you know, I give Candace and Wendy about an 8.5, but Deborah, she like a 4. She's like, I mean, she a cute girl, I guess. Girl, I feel like she was one of them girls that thought because she was fair skinned and had long hair that made her cute. And went her whole life thinking she was that girl. And at this old age, the world is now telling her you are not. And I think that she is probably having like a come to Jesus moment that, oh, I'm not cute. No, you're not. You're very funny looking. Everybody starts dancing and having a good time. Jacqueline, Mia, and G are having a dance train together. Is Jacqueline and Mia grinding on G. Jacqueline's grinding on Mia. Mia's grinding on G. And then they wonder why everybody think they sleeping together. Like, who does that? Who does that? Who dances like that with their best friend and her husband? Like, girl, okay. So after the event, Ashley says, Candace, I know that you have some weird feeling about my friend, like trying to engage a moment, trying to start a moment. Like, Ashley, you are on team 100, ma'am. You're doing the most. And when Candace cuss you out, don't be sitting up there holding your forehead wondering why. Because you starting stuff now. You being messy. So Candace was like, no, absolutely not. Like, I'm not conversing with it. Actually, no, this E.T. looking ass lady, this extraterrestrial, absolutely not. So Candace in her confession was like, go count some letters and some numbers. Go read a book to a child, ma'am. Like, absolutely not. So then Deborah was like, do you want to have a chat with me? And she was like, no, ma'am. No, I'm good. All right. And then she tells the girls, I am not conversing with that Sesame Street character. Keep that B away from me, okay? All right. And that was the end of the episode, child. This episode was really entertaining. It was funny. It was messy, honey. I give it an A. I cackled several times. Next week will be the final cast trip of the season where everything goes down. Mia and Jacqueline gonna fall out. Karen and Sharice finally have their tete-a-tete, ma'am. So I'm guessing we only have probably 2 more episodes, maybe 4 left before the reunion, because we've already hit the halfway mark several episodes ago. So yeah, I'm thinking that we're almost there and this season is almost over and I'm excited about it. We don't need a long dragged out season like Love and Marriage Huntsville. The ladies, however, have brought it this season. I have been loving this season of Potomac. It has given me everything that I need from a Real Housewife show. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. You guys make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.